Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Chat, wat gebeurt er als eerste? Is dit eerst? Dit?
What? Take this, ape-face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throckmorton woke up, he was not himself.
Hij werd wakker
He
gemaakt.
attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Oh. Ja, dat we het hier moeten checken. Oh.
So the fishermen pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Hij heeft hem dus met een paar schoten, een paar keer op hem geschoten. Wow.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Zo, ik kwam al heel wat op het spoor zo. Ik wist dat we iets niet hadden gedaan. Oh, we kunnen er wel naar binnen. Zo, we zijn heel wat op het spoor gekomen, juist. Ik wist dat we iets nog niet hadden gedaan.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you. But I won't like everyone else right now. I don't have... Ja, hey, niemand uit de chat wist het trouwens, hè. Dat is ook echt een hele nieuwe game, dus niemand wist natuurlijk wat we precies moesten doen. Maar ik wist dat we iets niet hadden gedaan. Maar we zijn nu op het juiste pad.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have gotten far.
Ja, het is wel echt een heel mooi spel, hè? Vind ik ook. Oh, hier staat ook dit teken op. Gewoon een dichte deur. Daar zijn we dus net achter gekomen dat soms zijn de deuren dicht. Maar dan vervolgens gaan ze automatisch open als je dus de juiste dingen doet.
The door won't budge.
Padlocks, press for more information. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot. Oh shit.
The door won't budge.
The door won't budge. Spreek de deur open. The door won't budge, chat. Hier ook dat teken. Dat teken betekent sowieso het is gunpowder shell. Er zit er zo'n beest in en ik denk dat we die moeten killen. Wow. Waar hoor ik? Ik hoor echt iets. Oh, je zie je? Is dit zijn zoon?
One fatal round through the forehead.
Wat is
That's no
er zo?
accident. This was deliberate.
All evidence collected. Lewis may be at the bar.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
You are crazy. Dat heb ik wel eens vaak gehoord. Waar zei ze nou? Dat was in de bar, toch? Shit, wat zei nou? Zei hij dat hij in de bar was? Oh.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No.
Hij ziet onschuldig uit, maar hij heeft veel dingen in
Tell
zijn...
that to Mr. Throgmorton.
Veel geheimen, dat kan je zo zien aan zijn kop.
No. Throg.
Oh, hij heeft de sleutel van die deur die op slot zat.
Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer.
Ja, je ziet? Een wild
No one
beast heet
knows
dat.
what they are.
Wat we net zagen.
But consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are K's punishment for us.
And what do you
Als je dit op YouTube kijkt, laat sowieso even weten wat je ervan vindt. Ik ben echt super benieuwd. Ik vind het tot nu toe best wel nice. Af en toe moet je even zoeken en zo. Maar ja, het is ook niet leuk als het allemaal te easy is, vind ik persoonlijk. Dus ik ben nog wel benieuwd wat er allemaal gaat gebeuren en zo.
Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
Dat baai is zo droog. We hebben de sleutel gekregen. Maar boy.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator.
Hij lijkt op mijn
Mr.
emote uit de
Throgmorton
chat.
hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down.
Die kop van die guy, what the fuck. Hallo.
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Oh, hij lijkt op een blobvis. Hij lijkt ziek erg op een blobvis. Why do you look like that?
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh,
Fucked
so you're
up.
here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot
Hij lijkt
of
op
us
Jabba
here,
the Hutt.
so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Hij lijkt op een blobvis.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Oh, dat lijkt op Yoda.
Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving
Maar hij
his
heeft dus
son.
zijn zoon
But that
vermoord.
ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Explain.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I'll think about
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
Ik zeg gewoon weer voor deal. Dikwijls en kogels.
Turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
En ik geloof hem wel. Hij ziet er wel als een betrouwbare guy uit. The user was aware of his actions. The user was mentally affected. The user was mentally affected. Lewis was under mental influence. Ja, sowieso. Hij was sowieso onder influence. Want hij kan zich er niks meer van herinneren en shit.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Gaan we het hem vertellen? We gaan het hem vertellen dat we het hebben gevonden. Maar ja, dan blijkbaar gaan we hem niet snitchen.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
Ja, hij is wel een hoge pief, hè?
Just as I suspected,
Okay.
the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar.
Maar hij kan er niks aan
Just
doen.
ask the bartender.
Hij was onder
Seems
invloed.
like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Niet
that
liegen.
scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served.
Niet liegen.
It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I
Graag
hate
gedaan.
to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I'm trying to find the source of my fish. I'm investigating a case.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here or guided or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture.
Ja, het verhaal van deze game komt dus uit het boek, hè. Dat dikke boek dat ik net liet zien.
Her words exactly.
Dus daarom, als je dit op YouTube kijkt nu, like de video. Help je boy. Ik ga dus elke dag, zeg maar, Playtool uploaden, dag ertussen, dit uploaden, dag ertussen, Playtool, dag ertussen, dit. De komende tijd. En ik krijg nou echt super goede support, dan upload ik gewoon de ene dag Playtool, de andere dag dit. Dan doe ik er geen dag tussen.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Let's start
About my
payment.
expenses.
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr.
We worden
Reed.
echt gescamd, jongen.
After the
We
flood,
krijgen niet eens geld voor onze shit. We krijgen gewoon bullets en zo.
bullets mean more than
We
bills.
gaan straks terug naar huis en dan hebben we alleen maar kogels.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Hoppa. Hook, line en sinker. Trophy gewonnen. Case complete. Dit is onze eerste case. Die we helemaal hebben gecomplete. Lost at new case. Lost at sea. Ik vind dat tot nu toe wel een zieke game. Ik dacht in het begin even van, what the fuck, wat moeten we doen? Waarom kunnen we niks doen? Ik kon het maar niet vinden. En toen vonden we het. En toen kwamen we echt opeens, maakten we echt perenstappen gewoon, hè.